Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Real Housewives of Potomac Season 9 Reunion Part 3.
This is my wife, Blair. I am Chris. We have a meeting right now. Everybody gather around. I have some news for you all. I am not going to wait to the end of the video to tell y'all. This is It Takes Two show. Blair does a great job. I do an okay job in reviewing the show, but next season we will not be reviewing the Real Housewives of Potomac. You know how on the show they demote to friend of the show? Mm-hmm. Real Housewives of Potomac will be friend of the show for us. That doesn't mean that we won't watch the show, because I'm sure Blair is true to this and not new to this, so she gonna be watching. But if there's anything interesting that happened in an episode, we will talk about it. That specifically, we will not be reviewing the whole show every day for 2 months or however long with Housewives of Potomac. Someone got to take a stand.
Yeah.
And I'm taking a stand.
We appreciate you for it.
Thank you. Listen here. Mm-hmm. As CEO, founder, owner, board member, mind you, it's only two of us. As the leader of this giant billion-dollar company, somebody has to do something, okay?
Thank you.
Subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. No, I'm serious, though. This show has been demoted to friend of the show for us. We will only talk about this show if something interesting happened, not throughout the season where we got to make lemonade out of lemons. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes. All right, you guys. Part 3.
Yes.
Stacey didn't want TJ to come because they're no longer together.
Do you see what I mean?
We find out what TJ told Eddie. He said that she paid him to be her love interest on the season. Mm-hmm. He told Eddie that you told him not to come and to run him his money because the money's not adding up.
Yeah.
Stacey doesn't believe what Wendy is saying, and she says TJ would never say that. And Wendy tells her it's on camera. It just happened.
Yes, it did just happen.
They can't roll it for the ladies right now because Mia is leaving. We see Mia. It looks like she's kind of hyperventilating, crying. She was really having a hard time, but she left the building.
Who cares?
She left the building.
I think Mia should be fired.
Agreed. Wendy still doesn't, Stacey still doesn't believe it. She wants to see it. Mm-hmm. So Andy asks if she wants to just call TJ to get to the bottom of it. And Stacey says that she doesn't want to call TJ. She is not going to entertain a lie. So they bring Eddie out. He said that TJ said he'll never be in DC again, and Stacey owes him money, and she paid TJ to be there. Eddie called him because they were just looking for him because, Eddie and who was it? Kay's boyfriend, Greg, were there. And he was just calling to check on him. He wasn't trying to really get into the mess with him. Mm-hmm. But it just seemed that TJ was tired of the narrative and being played with, being called flamboyant in a way. Mm-hmm. Stacey says that she doesn't owe him any money. She ended the relationship because of the pressure. She says TJ is just hurt because he's not here and they broke up, and he can say it to her face, whatever it is that he wants to say. So Wendy says call him, and Stacey says she doesn't owe him a call about a lie. Stacey says she could call him for everyone's benefit, but she will not do it. They say, well, it's for your benefit, not really just for us.
We don't care. Mm-hmm.
Wendy makes it clear that her character is going to be in question because she had the opportunity to clear it up, and she did not. Andy gets word that Mia has left the building. She's not coming back. Then we have the video of TJ presented to Andy for him to play.
What are your thoughts on this first scene, Blair?
I just don't see why Stacey was protesting as much as she was. Yeah. I mean, whether or not you think TJ said it or not, once Andy said that they had the footage, that means that they have TJ saying that. Yeah. So for her to say, oh, well, I'm not going to call him, I really think she should have called him and just clarified the situation. Get him on the phone live for him to actually say whatever he is saying he wants to say. And if Stacey, has a rebuttal or argument for him, put it on air. What is she hiding?
I don't even understand this whole lie or this whole storyline of the whole idea of Eddie's lying. Why would Eddie lie? Right. Like you're better off saying TJ's lying. He's not here to defend himself, but you can't really call TJ a liar directly because at the end of the day, people gonna say, well, call him. You get what I'm saying? And this is what I mean when I say that I would not be reviewing the show anymore, or we would not be reviewing the show anymore, because they teased this big news about TJ and what he has to say and Wendy's reaction and bring Eddie out. Remember that in the trailer? Yeah. Bring Eddie out. And this is what we get. We still, even when TJ's not a main cast member, even when TJ's not on the show, even every time TJ was on the show, we were disappointed. He is still the main focus of the show. Hell, make Stacey and TJ first chairs. But guess what? I won't be there to see it. Oh, yeah. You can't give bad news without giving good news. Mm-hmm. I'm switching teams. I'm going to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City next season. Woo-hoo. And I will be reviewing reviewing Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'd rather do 2 shows than do 1 Potomac in my eyes. But we will be reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta. I know that's going to be a train wreck.
Oh, I wasn't looking forward to that. But I didn't know that. I wasn't part of the meeting.
I am the CEO, owner, founder.
It looks bad.
No, it looks really bad.
Like, not great, not entertaining, boring.
Let's give Portia a chance. Let's give Portia a chance. Even though I know it's going to be hell on wheels. I saw the commercial for it and I was like, what is this?
Maybe we'll do less recap, more review on Housewives of Atlanta.
I want to go full review. We'll see.
Okay.
But yeah, Stacey, you're a liar. I knew Stacey was fake from the jump. The minute that she said something about like I have my kid here in school and they don't really know nothing about black heritage, or I'm paraphrasing, like, you know, she's black, but you know, but you know, she don't know she's black, and
Stacey's from Detroit,
and Stacey's like, I don't know how to have that conversation, and I'm just like, Stacey, you are weird. Okay, that's just basically the bottom line of it.
Yeah. So Andy plays the tape. TJ said verbatim, you know, she's paying me to do the show. She's whack. Stacey says to see this, it's hurtful. She couldn't imagine him saying that. Andy whispers, well, you know, where are the receipts? Like, is there Zelle's? I'm not Andy, Ashley. Are there Zelle's, Cash Apps, Venmo? And Wendy makes it clear as well, just so you know, my husband did not lie.
Yeah.
Gizelle says that if there are receipts, they are coming. If you've paid him in any capacity or talked about paying, text messages, anything like that, it's going to come out, so you might as well get ahead of it.
Yeah.
And Stacey's response is hurt people hurt people. Kay tells her to cut the BS, and Stacey responds by saying, every one of you had doubts about TJ. You spoke poorly of him. Now you want to believe him over me, and you know me.
I don't know you. I literally just met you this season.
Wendy thinks it's odd how she's trying to slip this onto the cast of the ladies. We tried to help you clear this up. Now they pulled out the phone and you look crazy. Stacey says that she can't clear up what she can't explain. And Andy asks, you know, if you call him, you could clear it up. But she plans to call him with her attorney.
Yeah, so we move on from Stacey, and I think we don't talk about Stacey and TJ no more in this episode.
I believe so.
Do you want to talk about what, like, we saw on Watch What Happened Live with those two, just to include that into this, to put a bow on it in a way? Yeah.
So Watch What Happens Live was pretty good. They had Dr. Simone Stacey, and Stacey's real best friend from Detroit.
Yeah.
On the show, and they really dug into the TJ situation, asking more questions. And apparently Stacey did call him after filming the show without her attorney. Without her attorney.
I was going to say without her attorney, yeah.
And she still is pretty much telling us the same runaround, that he's hurt, and it just hurt her because she considered him a best friend.
Yeah, so she's over here talking about, like, you know, my family saw how he was treating me and they didn't like it, and how I saw how he was treating me and it was disrespectful. But in my opinion, Stacey was, remember, the reunion was not filmed recently. It was filmed like months ago, like weeks ago even, right? So the fact that she had time to get her stuff together and she still don't, her best friend really had to interject and basically speak for Stacey, because Stacey is basically doing these next question, I won't comment on this. She did reach out to TJ without her attorney, and she's still putting it on TJ instead of, like, actually, like, just, it's easier just to say TJ's lying than to basically leave us on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And she was leaving a lot of cliffhanger answers. That's why I feel like on this Potomac that Stacey and TJ are secretly in cahoots, kind of how Mia, Gordon, and Ink was in cahoots, and they are trying to basically to be continued the storyline for next season. But I tell you this right now, I won't be continuing with the storyline for Stacey and TJ. I think they're trying to use the reunion to basically catapult into the next season. Besides coming to resolutions, they come into, we are creating new problems at the reunion so we can have a storyline in the season. And I said, I'm done with it.
That's a good assessment.
Yeah.
So Andy tells everyone Karen was found guilty of drunk driving.
Yes.
She checked herself into a recovery center. And then we see some clips from the season, and people are asked, you know, has anyone seen that side of Karen?
Yeah.
Ashley says that Karen used alcohol to cope with some of her difficulties. The ladies agree that during the season she was lashing out because she was trying to distract from her case.
Yeah.
Jacqueline received the brunt of Karen's frustration, and she also feels that Mia threw her under the bus. Jacqueline said what she said at the hat party about Karen calling her drunk before Karen even got there. Karen dragged her the entire season when she said things out of concern. Well, Gizelle says that Karen didn't know if anything said would affect her case, so that's why she was so frustrated with people making comments about her drinking. Wendy said that Karen kept pushing her court case back. She found that to be odd because it would be better for you to handle it before the show even came out. Gizelle thinks that Gizelle shares with us that Karen was trying to get things thrown out, so that's why things kept getting pushed back. Jacqueline brought those 8 heart balloons for the 8 citations, and it did not land well. She admits that she was trying to be shady at first because Karen tried to come after her child's father. Karen threatened to sue Jacqueline, but it never went through, and Jacqueline says Karen probably doesn't have any money left to sue anybody.
I think what we're seeing here is a lot of I told you so's. Gizelle basically said, look, I told y'all so. And truth be told, this was filmed before the actual verdict of her verdict. This was the sentencing. This was filmed before the sentencing, right? Since we already got the verdict. And truth be told, I think what you're getting is a lot of I told you so. It's a lot of backstories of like, yeah, we already knew she had a problem. Jacqueline, I don't think nobody's going to apologize for the way Karen came at you, because I probably say that probably was the best episode of this whole season and things of that nature. And my thing is, hey, if you're going to come for her, stand on it, because truth be told, like Karen knew and knows that she has a problem, but she's just trying to cover it.
Yeah, and Kay thinks that Karen could have come to talk to her because they have this whole treatment recovery program with Greg, so she could have offered her. Well, she did offer her services, but Karen declined. Yeah,
why would she come to you, Kiana? Like for one, Wendy tried to tell you in the earlier parts of this reunion that you are the child and Karen is basically like the mother goose, right? So why was she just meeting you or just being close to you or whatever relationship you think you have with her, that she would tell you her darkest, deepest secret and have you help her so you can have a leg on her? She ain't never gonna submit herself to that. She won't submit herself to the law. Dude, you get what I'm saying? So what makes you think she's going to actually like listen to you? She's not gonna listen to you, Kiana.
No one sees why she would go to the trial with that footage. And apparently Wendy said that Karen's counsel submitted for the footage to be suppressed. So clearly Karen's team knew about the video.
Of course.
Gizelle says that it's a big delusion. She was offered deal twice, a 6 months house arrest and even a 60 days in jail. The clankety clink comment did not age well. And Ashley says the night after the accident, a journalist messaged her that there was a person in the car who was driving and who fled. Karen in the video said that her security that was hired fled, and everyone is also asking where was Karen before the accident. And Gizelle thinks that she was at a restaurant bar probably 4 minutes from her house. The only thing I really have to say about this is I just feel like it gives a little bit more insight because I didn't know about the deals or different options that Karen might have had. And to give up 6 months house arrest is crazy. Keep me in the house, okay? I'll think about what I did and all that type of stuff. So for her to give that up and to really move forward, I think there is like a grand delusion happening right before our eyes. So moving on, Wendy moves to her rightful place, first chair.
I want Wendy to get first chair from the beginning.
Agreed.
Because truth be told, her husband said that first chair before she did. So I'm like, give Wendy automatic first chair. She was the star of the whole reunion. Don't ever, the same way as Gizelle's seat, I don't know why it's never challenged to where it's first chair and things like that. Make Wendy first chair every year. The fact that she was second to Mia and Mia walked off her job, Wendy should be first chair every season. I don't care. Good, bad, indifferent. We know Wendy's going to show up at the reunion. You get what I'm saying?
So we see a video of Karen shot one day before she left for rehab. And this is the video with Karen talking to Ray. Karen said that she didn't watch the tapes before the trial. He didn't watch them either. She didn't want Ray to. She was in the courtroom thinking that she has to finally watch it, and when she did, she didn't recognize who that woman was. She says when she hit the tree, she was already blacked out. She started self-medicating about 7 years ago. She went to a friend's house. She had champagne, but she forgot that she upped the dose of her antidepressant. She says that she never drank and drive, and she has a driver. Ray tells her, well, you had a driver who had blue eyes. DUIs. That was the rumor. You had a DUI 13 years ago, and we determined you needed a driver after that. The ladies all think this is performative. Ray made a comment that there are 6 million car crashes in the U.S., and Karen says, well, what happened to her was self-inflicted.
Yeah.
She put people in danger, and she's going to rehab even though it's not court ordered, and she plans to retire the Grand Dame.
Well, we found out that rehab or retreat or resort she was only there for 48 hours.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, this performative, it was to the point where the ladies that was on the show was telling the people in the production truck, turn it off, because it was that bad. It was very performative. She was laying on the bed with her makeup. I personally did not like the makeup. It kind of gave off casket. And the whole kind of like they're reading off a script. They have certain points to hit as if it's like, this is going to help her in the case, or this is basically going to help her with her public image and things like that. Listen here, all of that was debunked the minute that we heard the judge sentencing. The minute that we actually heard the history of your DUIs and things like that, and the way that judge painted that picture of basically you driving through that sleepy neighborhood of Potomac and basically crashing into stop signs and things of that nature. He did all that. He undid all your work in basically 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, it is a blessing that Karen gets to live and that she did not hurt nobody. Hopefully she gets the help that she needs to get in jail. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes some people need to sit down and not sit down in their house.
Yeah.
Sometimes they need to go sit in the big house. It's a big house. Yeah. So it is what it is.
Yeah. I really didn't have any thoughts about the video.
Yeah.
I felt like it was damage control, and I also felt like it was her effort to take accountability in a type of way, even though Gizelle felt like it wasn't taking accountability at all. So Ashley says it looks like they covered all their bases. She apparently Ashley met a man on a train. He works at Legal Seafood and said Karen drank there every single day. Gets drunk there every single day, specifically.
Day drunk.
Yeah. Wendy says, well, while they were filming, she went to a place and they said that she comes here every day and gets drunk. No one wants to envision that she has to go to jail. As we know, she got sentenced to 2 years with 1 year served. But Mia left, and Wendy says she clocked Mia before anyone else about Mia's age. And that's where we end.
Great for this season, and like really.
Yeah, only thing I really got to say about the fact that Karen goes around getting drunk at places every single day. Number one, getting drunk like that is definitely not good for your health. But I just don't see why she wouldn't just drink at home. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know why she's out and driving and all these types of things. Like, you can't drink at the house? I really don't get it. But,
I have no problem with her drinking. It's not illegal to drink. It's not illegal to even be drunk. You know what I'm saying? It's when you get behind the vehicle and drive. Yeah. And you're endangering other people. If you want to go and get drunk at Legal Seafood and things like that, and at the end of the day, a driver got to come get you and put you in the car, and you're not being a disturbance to anybody, that is not a crime, right? The crime happens when you get behind the wheel, not one time, not two times, not three times, but four times.
But I think it also is something to the fact that she's a public figure, and she's out here like getting wasted every single day, like in front of people. Like I feel like you wouldn't want to have that as part of your reputation, But I guess not.
But it is a reputation. And, and let's not drive home how much of a public figure she is. I mean, it's Housewives of Potomac. Yeah. Right? It's a small, she's a C-list celebrity, if that. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like I'm not going to now jump on this high horse and shame drinking, even though me personally, I don't drink. But it's the whole like Karen knew all of this. You get what I'm saying? And the fact that even though I know it's a big deal that Karen's not there, we talked about two people, majority of the reunion, who, number one, who is not on the show, and one who is not there personally. Because we don't have nothing else to talk about. Yeah. And I refuse to stand for it anymore.
That's all.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I give this season a D+. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? That we made it through. Thank y'all for watching. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Come with us over to Salt Lake City. Come with us over to Beverly Hills, and I'm gonna convince my wife to try to let us do Atlanta, because listen here, I think this is gonna be a train wreck that I'm gonna like.
I kind of just want to do spotlights on Atlanta, to where if there's anything interesting, we bring it up.
I'm gonna convince you.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to do it.
I'm gonna have to convince you. Okay. See y'all there.
Bye.